Alright, back again. Today I'm going to start a new series, and it's kind of exciting. I'm kind of going to feature several things. So I'll be, like normal, I'll list out all the products down below in the description box. But Mr. Jaime Cobos, a friend of mine in Austin, Texas. I'll put a link to his channel because he does some awesome shaves. Sent me a whole plethora of cool stuff. And not everything he sent me, but primarily the thing he did send me today that I'm going to talk about is, and I put it in this tin here. It smells pretty good. Yeah, I've been letting it bloom. Ginger's Garden. Let's see if we can see it here. Ginger's Garden. It's really hard to read. British Empire. So he sent me, I believe this is aftershave. I hope it's aftershave because I'm going to use it as an aftershave. If it's just straight up cologne, this will be fun times. I'm going to use my Plisson in my rooster mug because I just want to have a good shave. I'm going to be using my Kiyara Stealth. I don't really think this is called Stealth. Maybe it is. I don't know. But officially on the website, this is the RazoRock Kiyara. And just kind of a cool information to know what this means. Kiyara is Italian for clear. Hence why it's silvery, clear, aluminum, and not metal. It is metal, not black. Dude, it's been a long day. It's Monday. But what's cool about it, it's spelled with a K, and I'll put it down below, Kiyara. But in Italian, it's spelled with a CH, Kiyara. And I asked Joe, RazoRock Joe, hey, what is the meaning behind this? And he said, it's Italian for clear. All the guys in the shop refer to it as the Kiyara, but I didn't want to name it Kiyara, kind of at the prodding of his wife, I believe. He said, I was afraid people were going to call it Chiara, or Chiara, or something like that. Kind of like how we say Cella, and from what I understand, he told me it really is Sella. So he changed it with a little Japanese flair, so now it's Kiyara, which I think is a pretty sweet name for this razor. I've used this several times, kind of to note, because this is not perfect. There is a few minor flaws in the aluminum finish. And when I first got it, it was like the coating was a little too thick, so it was getting stuck. But I've used it several times, put a blade in it, and that seemed to help it out. So now it works like any other razor, taking the cap off. And today, because I've never tried one, I'm going to wet my face again real quick. I'm going to use Gillette 7 o'clock blades. But this video primarily is just highlighting the one thing. I mean, I'm showing you a lot of stuff, but primarily I'm highlighting one thing that my friend Jaime sent me. And I want to give a shout out to him. Much appreciation. And I'll continue to make videos with the stuff he sent me. He sent me a lot of stuff. A lot of samples, and it was really generous. I mean, that's awesome. So, 7 o'clock blade. They call it their sharp edge, I guess, yellow, which is a little silly because you would hope these are sharp. You really don't want to be shaving with a dull blade. There's a little bit of the waxy buildup on it. And what I've noticed with the Slant, the Kiyara, is it actually lines up pretty good, and you don't really have to do any kind of adjustment on the blade, but you always do want to double check. So, super mild razor for the most part. We'll see how this goes. Has this cool aluminum stand, so when I'm shaving I can just stick it in there. Got my British Empire aftershave. This will be awesome. So I'm going to dump this out and start lathering my face. And this has a really interesting soapy smell right now, but it might change as I'm lathering it. So, like usual, I'm going to speed through the actual shave. I just wetted my brush because I wanted it to be warm. And here we go. Okay, so for the most part pretty okay. Just a small, what would you call it? I guess a weeper, not really a weeper, it's just barely, and over here just barely. And for the most part, except for that spot where I cut myself, on my neck, this is the sensitive area. It stings more, but for the most part, it's pretty, not a whole lot. So, I don't know if you guys saw Ginger's Garden, her soap is awesome. This is still what's left in the brush. Super, super cushiony stuff. The scent is a little reminiscent of Double X. It's still, I don't know if maybe the essential oils may be faded on this soap sample, because I don't know how long Jaime had it. But it does smell good, but it reminds me of Double X. Slightly. But it's got a more soapy smell. But the cushion on this and the lathering with that Plisson brush, I mean, this is like marshmallows. I mean, this is awesome. I love it. Great, great, great soap. So, you know, this isn't really something Jaime gave me. This razor, I think, I'm not 100%, because it is super mild and it is super lightweight. I have to put a little more pressure than I'm used to. And I think that might be where I got some of the cuts. Maybe I was pushing a little harder. This is closer than what I would get ever with a cartridge. That's for sure. But there's a few spots, and I don't really want to push it because this is, again, like I said, sensitive area here for a lot of guys. So I'm just going to leave it at, it looks good, and leave it like that. But this is pretty close to BBS. Only thing I'm having major trouble with this razor getting used to is the angle. Instead of kind of being like this, it seems like it's more pronounced. It's a steeper angle that you have to keep this at. So when you're kind of going like this way, sometimes the blade's not really making contact. So it's the only thing. that I'm not 100% a huge fan on yet, but I think that will just take time for me using it more. Let me kind of rinse my brush here. Another thing, I don't know if you guys noticed, but sometimes, and you can't really see down here, my faucet is really, really hot. And aluminum gets really, really hot. So sometimes I take the brush that the water that my brush has been soaking in, and I just dip the head in there so I don't burn the heck out of myself. Which sounds funny, but it happens from time to time. Yeah, pretty awesome shave actually. So I'm gonna rub some ice. And the Gillette 7 o'clocks, I think I'll use it again on my next shave with the Jaime, some of the soaps Jaime sent me. And I think I might try my Mercure, because again, this is probably the most unique, different razor out of all my razors that I have. And I've got some pretty, I would say, unique ones. But kind of having a hard time getting a good feel for what that razor's like. It was cutting pretty good. Might have tugged a little bit, I'm not sure. Could have been the razor, could have been the blade, so we'll just see. And if you guys have never tried rubbing ice on your face, it actually feels really good. So, alright, see how this goes. Hopefully I don't burn the heck out of my face with this British Empire, I believe, aftershave. I probably should have double checked with Jaime, but whatever. We'll see what happens. So obviously you get the alcohol smell first. And we will see what this is like. Oh wow. I think Jaime told me this is like one of his favorite scents and combos. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I'm gonna have to look up this soap. And actually not a lot of burning or anything, which is pretty nice. It's got real floral notes. Real perfumey, but it's in a really good way. It's not like a bad, and it's leaving some kind of slickness to my skin. So I don't know what Irina puts in this. Little bit of burning. That might be from the essential oils. Or there might be mint. No, it's probably alcohol. I'm not sure. It smells really nice. Actually, it's got... Oh, man. Okay, now that I was saying it's kind of like triple X. Or double X. It's more perfumey than that. More floral. But in a really good way. It's like a vanilla... It's a good vanilla. This is funny because the Enigma was like vanilla, the kind of vanilla I'm not a big fan of. This has like that, what would it be? Like a jasmine vanilla scent or something. Oh man. Yeah, this is nice. My skin feels awesome. Like after putting this on, it's feeling pretty BBS. Some areas like right here, not so much. Oh, wow. Yeah, I dig it. Nice. So, Jaime, you're the man. This is awesome. Thank you, brother. I hope you're having a blessed week and drinking lots of coffee. We always talk about coffee online, too, so that's kind of fun. But, yeah, this is a pretty awesome shave. I'm having some... It's really more stinging around my lip area up here. So maybe I kind of cut in too close with this razor, I don't know. But for the most part, it feels nice. It's a good shave. So Jaime, this is awesome. I like this soap a lot. And I'll keep using it. And I'll keep the aftershave along with it. as long as I possibly can. It's really nice. So that was the shave for the day. If you guys have any questions or comments, or you want to hit me up on Facebook or Twitter or any of those other social sites that suck the life out of your day, you can do that, and I will comment back. And I hope you guys have a blessed week. It's pretty awesome for a Monday shave. So have a good one. I'll see you next time. See ya.